Okay, welcome back. So, for my second assignment, wow, that was weird. For my second assignment, I had to create an array assignment. Now, you're probably wondering from the loop, some of that was like, didn't you already do an array? Yes, but this assignment is here to go into further detail about what an array is. And like I said before, an array, at least my understanding of it, is basically creates that menu-like view. And to do that, and to do an array, we use a for each loop. Now, basically, as you can see, you're probably seeing, well, these two don't look the same, so how does this work? So what I did, there were two different ways to create that array. Both will create it, but I wanted to show you that both ways will create it, but using two different things. So for the first one, what I did was this way. So string. Now to create that array, you need these brackets. If you don't have those brackets, it will not create it. Those bracket signs are basically the symbol to the compiler saying create an array system or create that for each loop. Right here, the new string 10, basically all it's saying is that I want 10 slots. 10 slots open. You will give me 10 slots. That's it. Now, as you can see, the school item, so we're looking at right here, not there. This one's there. Right here, this is for this top one. And it always starts at 0, and then it goes all the way up to whatever number. So it's technically 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 10. And then down here, what I did was that I created that string X in school item. That's the first string. That's the first array that I'm making. The second one I did was my grades. And I made it look as if, oh, what's going on, like based on your grades. Like if you wanted to show your grades on, let's say, a grading system, this is how I would do it. I'm not a professional, don't quote me. Uh, that means that's what I hope. I don't know. But let's continue on. I'm getting distracted, sorry. For my grades, basically, I created an array. Again, now this is the way that I did it in the looping assignment. Right here, you're probably wondering, well, what's going on here? Basically, what I'm saying is that my grade, the first one, so 100, let's take for example, I'm saying, well, the first slot here is going to have 5 subtracted from it. The second one here is also going to have 5. The third one's going to have plus 5, so it's going to add 5, add 5, add 10. Now, right here, I use int because this is numbers, not characteristic data or anything like that, numbers. So that's why I used int or integer and then y. If you were to do x, it will probably think of this, the string here. Basically, the x and the y is showing that there's two separate data points happening right now. If you do string x and then integer x, it will not work, I feel like, because it will then look at school item and say, well, school item's a string. If you do, let's say, integer x, let me see if it works actually. If you do integer x, notice how it doesn't work anymore because it's looking at school item and string, and it's going like, well, that makes no sense. This is a string, not an integer, so why are you saying it? So that's why you put in y as a different data variable, saying, oh, there you go. Now it's going to look at my grade. So now it's going like two separate variables. So let's save that. All right, now let's see that it works. So we're going to run it. I'm sorry if I'm slurring. And there you go. It creates that menu-like system, the for each loop right there. So as you can see, this is the X mark. And notice how the numbers are different now on the bottom one. So 100 minus 5 equals 95. 100 minus 5 equals 95. Plus 5, 80, 90, 85, 100, 85. And there you go. This is the array.